veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
hey there, welcome back. Happy New Year, everybody. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm good. I am so excited about 2023 and ready to love. That's how I'm feeling right now. But catch me in about 6 weeks. I'll probably be rolling my eyes like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Happy New Year to everybody. Kina, Jay, Jeremy. Boy, that boy's sexy with that head shining. Woo wee. Boy, that boy's sexy, boy. Lord have mercy. He's starting the year off right.
Turn your camera on so we can see what you look
yeah,
like.
I was about to say, what's going on? Show your sexiness. What's up?
I can't
Kina,
compete.
don't you be playing either.
I can't compete with Jeremy, so I ain't cutting it on tonight.
Oh,
Jeremy
Lord,
trying to get caught in the trouble out here.
You said what?
You trying to get caught in the trouble out here. Keep playing with us.
Look, I actually went on a date recently.
Uh-oh. See?
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait, I'm confused. With your boyfriend or?
No, I've already had a look. I already had a breakup.
Oh wow!
Already?
Like nah, like
How long were you guys together, Jeremy?
it was a good 7-8 months that like I was like shacked up. Well, not shacked up because I don't live with nobody, but I'm saying
But
like
yeah. United.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you don't
but-
live with nobody, Jeremy, because we don't do roommates this year, 2023. We ain't doing roommates, baby.
Yeah, no, we're not doing roommates. Signs, was it Corvana? What's her name?
No, we're gonna jack her name up. We just gonna.
Her name, I think her name. Yeah, her name is Corvana. I like her a lot.
I do too.
I like her. I like her and Marsha a lot.
I like Marsha. I really
That's
like
because
Marsha.
she's a lot
The
like
one
you.
with the 3 kids? Is Marsha the beautiful one with the? Oh no, that's Jeffrey. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I like her too, but she kind of reminds me of that lady from last season.
Who?
Hey,
That the real jiggly one that had the double personality. The one who told the one who told that girl, he don't even claim you outside of this. The who?
Yes.
Who was that, guys?
Tanika. Yes.
Tranika.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Tranika.
Oh, Tranika. Oh,
She
yeah.
reminds me of like she reminds me of a lot of Tranika. I was like, her head gonna be spinning like the Exorcist by the end of the season.
But was it just me or everybody? All the girls were just like, so it was like a lot of that tone.
thank you,
and a lot
Kina,
of the
because I
girls'
was like, some
voices.
voices are getting on my nerves.
Yes,
I
like
wouldn't be.
I didn't notice that. I
Yes,
just thought
it
the
was-
women.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, you know what? I had a different take. I just thought the women this season were feminine finally. How about that?
Or is it like a performance of femininity?
Ooh,
I think
we'll
it's
find
that. I
out.
think
We'll
it's that.
find out. Give them a good 2-3 weeks.
Like
We gonna
that
find out
Jeffrey,
what the real deal
like
is.
it's kind of like that performance of femininity that like Tranika was doing last season until she almost got eliminated. Then the masculine came out.
Every time they took her out on that to that walk on the pier, she just like came unraveled. I was like, man.
You know what I found interesting yesterday, on Friday rather, that one of the young ladies you guys mentioned, 3 kids, and then one of the gentlemen also has 3 kids. I'm like, why don't they get together and make the Brady Bunch? Going,
Yeah, but that's the guy that we're gonna get to him. That's the guy that's like a little bit self-focused. So I don't know if she wanna do anything with him.
Yeah, he's on the chopping block, but we'll get to that.
Mhm.
I don't know why he's so focused. He just don't want no more kids. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Right.
He's 40-something years old. He don't
No,
want no more
I'm not.
kids.
But Kina, I'm not talking about just that. That's fine. I don't care. You know, people's reproductive practices are on them. I don't really care about that. I'm just saying his overall demeanor was really like it's all about him, and he's the sugar honey iced tea. That's what I saw.
He almost
Now,
puts me in the mind of Justice from last
he does.
season.
He really does. Very self-focused. And I'm trying not to say the A word. I'm trying not to say the A word. So
Please don't.
No.
Jeremy say
what's the A word?
I'm trying not to say arrogant as it relates.
Oh,
to
he is arrogant, but
that's why I keep saying
I'm not gonna lie, he does look the best out of all the men. Like
I don't think so.
He's definitely the best
I
looking
don't know
dude.
if I agree with that. He's good looking. He is good looking, but I don't know if I agree if he's the best. There's some nice looking men this
when
season.
you look at the other men versus,
Jeremy
he don't even look his age. He's about to be he closer to 50 than most of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like Blue is 4 years younger than him and looks 5 years older than him.
But that's okay. I think Blue is attractive, and I think here's my thing. As a woman, when I see someone's personality, that can either make them look better or worse. So I'm sorry, a good-looking, self-focused man don't mean a thing.
But
obviously it does because after every first episode, the women eliminate the guy who they're least attracted to because he does not physically do it for them. That's how it always is. Women always act like they care about what's underneath, but y'all are just as shallow as everybody else. That's exactly why. That's exactly why every episode we send home a nice guy and keep a douchebag.
But for all fairness, you right, we are shallow, and we do kind of like act like y'all into a degree. As long as y'all keep your mouth closed, sit there and look cute, you are fine. Like shut up.
I don't want no quiet man now. I don't know about you, Jay, but I don't want no quiet man.
I don't want no quiet man, but you know, I want you to, if you're gonna be fine, fine and intelligent. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not intelligent, be fine and quiet. That's what I get for that man right there. Just be fine and quiet.
And you know, and there's 2 levels, and there's at least 2 levels and multiple levels of intelligence. But let's say emotional intelligence was not displayed on his part in this particular episode. I'm trying to give him about three little episodes so I can really see if he's the A word or not.
I'm gonna just say it right now.
I'm not talking about your educational level. I'm just talking about knowing when to say certain things and how to say it. That's what I mean. So,
right. No, that's what I'm saying. Emotional intelligence has nothing to do with education, Jay. It has everything to do with being attuned to being self-aware and then also reading the room.
But listen, all y'all know this. Everybody on the panel right now know this. Y'all knew that little guy was going home.
Exactly. At first, I thought it was going to be Blue until I saw him.
Right.
Oh no, where would Blue be going with his cute?
I mean, like compared to the rest of the cast, I thought like he was like an out. He just looked old.
He did look older than his age.
Blue.
I agree. He did look older than his age. Now I will agree with you on that.
I thought that like Blue was like 55 until I saw his. I don't believe Blue is 40.
I'm
not gonna.
You think there may be a couple more extra years? Do you think it? And I have to say this, and guys, this is just my asking. I'm not biased or anything, but do you think, Jeremy, that it's because he has a few extra pounds on him?
No, I don't think it's that, because Tony and DeMario are not skinny guys. I'm team DeMario and Tony.
I like them too. Yes,
I'm gonna be team DeMario and Tony. And I can already tell.
Anthony, are we talking about Anthony? Okay.
The one with the 3 kids?
Yeah. No, the one with the
no. Mike is the one with the 3 kids.
The one with the daughter.
But like Anthony's the one with the daughter, right?
Yeah, I think if Anthony's the one with the daughter.
I'm making
sure. Anthony. I'm sorry, I don't have all the names. It's an Anthony and a Tony.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there is.
He was like, to me, it was like he was just looking for a mom for his kids. Like I was like, you would at least want to make sure that you vibe with the person before you talking about they'll make a good stepmom first. You know,
true
like,
that. You know, y'all gotta work with me because like these names, they not all sticking with me.
I literally was just sitting here for about 5 to 10 minutes going over everybody's names so I could remember, because that's what threw me off last season, because I couldn't remember anybody. It's like after the DC seasons, it got hard to remember everyone.
Who's the young lady that's the attorney? Not the one that got voted off, because the young lady that got voted off.
Who's the other? No, yeah, but there's two. There's
two attorneys.
They didn't really show Sue-Ann outside of the confessional.
They did not. Yeah, but she is an attorney. She is
very beautiful.
Yeah, I like her. Yeah, I like her.
And I'm thinking there's a reason why they cut, because I'm sure they have footage of her. So maybe we should hopefully see in the second episode more of her, because I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was more down to earth than the other lady that was the attorney, and we should be seeing more of her. I like her. Hey, Mimi.
Yeah.
Hey, Marlene.
I liked her.
Ellen,
but Jeffrey is definitely going to be the women's villain this season. I can already tell. Jeffrey is literally a villain. She oozes evil energy. I'm sorry.
Jeffrey, the one with the 3 kids?
Yes, Jeffrey. Y'all don't learn. How many times have I already tried to put y'all on before every season and y'all never listen?
Jeffrey is the one whose voice annoys me.
Yeah, she's the one who's making her voice.
That voice was like getting on my nerves.
Yeah, she seems sweet.
I like her. I don't like. I was like,
the ladies are very beautiful this season.
Yeah, Mimi says that they should have kept Short Ting, poor man. Now all of y'all know that he was gone, because every woman always say, I want to look up to my man. I want my man to be able to pick me up in his arms and all this other kind of stuff. Not only was he short, he was thin. So he's a good looking guy. Good looking, but short.
The thin part I can agree with. The shortness is not technically the only problem that he had. He had more issues than just being short. And it goes the same way with women and men. Your confidence is everything. I think he was rocking the room. Okay.
Yeah. And he was short on them bars too.
Yes, he was very short on those.
You ain't like his rap, E. Nicole? You ain't like it?
It was a rap?
I guess not.
Was it a rap, actually?
Yeah, he was rapping. He was rhyming.
If you have a whole green screen set up, why are you off camera?
Yeah, and looking good at that. Looking all good and going to cut it back off.
She just want to do it. She just want to do it because
she just want to show y'all her beauty real quick and then dip off and make y'all miss it.
Like you have a whole green screen set up and everything.
That's for a different show.
Lord have mercy.
Were you at Paramount Studios or something?
Maybe.
Oh no, well, Aubrey, you got your notes ready, my beloved? Are you doing this?
Okay. Oh, now I'm your beloved. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that'll get me moving, huh? If nothing else.
Because everybody else cutting their cameras off. You know, Nicole teasing people, so I ain't got time for their mess. You know.
All right. We get started.
My hair is a mess.
We open up. We meet Andre, 39, who says he's a lion. I'm not so sure about that because he couldn't even get his collar to lie down flat. But okay.
Oh Lord.
What is? How do you say her name? Corvea. 31, who says size matter, and she's like all of 4'11". Okay. Attorney Natasha, 37, says her career has affected her dating life. All right. And Z, 34, likes to baby her man. Anybody have any comments on these castmates so far? You got Andre the Lion. You remember he was the first guy that made it into the mansion with a teal jacket. Corvea, we were just talking about her. She actually has standards, and some people are actually upset about that a woman, God forbid, should have standards. Attorney Natasha, I just want to know, I understand the whole thing with let me leave it alone because I know Samson will be in here saying we're talking about the women in their hair and their makeup. I didn't have any problem.
Who?
Samson from last season.
Why do we care what he has to say?
I care about what he has to say.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Who said who?
Oh Lord.
Oh, anyway, but what I wanted to say was, attorney, let's talk about, let me pick some people out here. Let's talk about, anybody have any comments about attorney Natasha? Now, she thinks that it's her career that was affecting her dating life. Jay, did you see anything maybe a little different that may have been affecting her dating life, about her personality or her behavior that we saw in this episode?
She just has a different personality. That's all. She has a personality that, it might take some getting used to understand her humor.
Okay.
Or not. I think, but I don't feel like she had a bad personality. I'm not really sure. Most of the men were just saying that she wasn't truly connected. She'll make conversation, but wasn't truly connected. So there must be some type of wall that she has up.
Did you notice, or did anyone here, feel free to jump in, did anyone else here notice how when the one guy went up in the beginning to give her a, like an introductory hug, that she said, "Oh, a hug?" And she just seemed so, I don't know, rigid,
Well, some people aren't huggers. Some people are not huggers.
And then it's COVID.
And it was hot out there.
Don't walk up to me and hug me.
Okay. All right. Good point.
But I do,
especially and when we could just say C19 or something of that effect. But yeah, but I get it. That's true.
But I do want to be real from a male perspective. The thing that was off-putting about Natasha, and not to be vain, it was her hair.
My God. What was wrong with her hair?
She was in Miami and she's natural. And it was
the color, Jeremy.
It was just not the color. It just
y'all better slow down on that color thing, because y'all already know mine is multicolored in that same tone.
It looked dry. It looked crazy. It just her hair just looked off. And then everybody, to me, I feel like everybody looked so well put together, and from the neck down, from the hairline down, I thought Natasha looked beautiful. It just and you could just see the guys in the scene, just staring at her hair. They were like, "What?"
But her hair was put together when she first got there. It's hot and humid. Her hair is natural. That's why I'm not on camera right now, because I got a little hot and my hair is poofing up. When your hair is natural, that weather, that humidity will swell your hair up.
Well, you could be natural and throwing a nice wig.
In a ponytail later.
Yeah, you put it in a ponytail, and I thought it was all right. She put it in a ponytail. I thought it was
when she put it in a ponytail, that thing looked crazy.
I mean, what's she supposed to do? They not providing hair.
I'm not saying she's supposed to do anything. I'm just saying when you have all of these beautiful women whose hair is looking amazing, and let's not act like this is an all white cast. All of these women probably hair get humid, in heat as well.
Yeah, but she came out there with her natural hair.
I'm saying that if you decide to do that in hot degrees, and your hair end up looking crazy, and everybody else is walking around with their hair all coiffed, and yours is looking wild, then you made a personal choice on the first night.
You did. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm with Jeremy. That's what I
have to come prepared,
right?
The first night, it always boils down to the physicality of it all, because they don't know you well enough. So they're gonna go based on what they're attracted to, which is why that little short one went home, and which is why Natasha went home. It wasn't a surprise to me that Natasha went home, even though Z got more votes, because Z looked more put together than Natasha did.
That's a natural girl.
I gotta say this, Jeremy, and I'm surprised you haven't mentioned this, or nobody else. Maybe it's just me. I felt like Natasha, I didn't mind her. Well, I thought that for an attorney, she didn't handle herself very well with Blake. So Blake, if you get accustomed to those types of people that are self-focused, you see who he is right off the bat, and you learn not to engage with him to a certain level. If that makes sense, right? But she was also really to the not hugging part. Okay, everybody's not a hugger. They're C19. All of those are valid, but she really wasn't warm. She really wasn't welcoming, and that's a whole vibe. That's a whole energy that people carry or they don't, and that's what I saw. So it really wasn't even just about which her hair. Personally, I'm sorry. I have natural hair. I love natural hair, but it's a matter of, if it's hot, you're in Miami, you didn't just move there. So okay, make adjustments.
And did anybody else notice the episode was about 55 minutes, a little more than 55 minutes long? I think because this season, unlike maybe with Kina's season, they gave them more time at the mixer to mix and mingle and get to know. Because my beef always been there's not enough time at the mixer for everybody to really talk to each other. And then they just make elimination.
Time. Y'all they cram it down in an hour. But it's damn sure enough. It's enough time. Y'all don't even see as much time as they given.
Right.
Because they're there for what, 15, 16 hours?
Right. Okay. But some people say they haven't even talked. They didn't get a chance enough to talk in some of the mixes. We've heard that.
Not enough time to really get to know everyone and have like deep conversations, but they cram it down so to make us look like everyone doesn't, it's not a lot of time, but they're there for a very, very long time.
Was there more fairness, Kina? I'm gonna ask you because you were eliminated like this. Was there more fairness you see in this season's elimination that's handled during your season when you were eliminated?
I mean, you can't really tell. But this, I think last season was more fairness. I think this season is going to be like my season, and they're going to bring in surprise people. We already.
Oh, right, because we only have 16.
We got 16, right? Yeah.
Bring in too, and then you see like other people that wasn't in the mixer on the trailer, so they're bringing in surprise people.
It's like the same thing every season, like. And then what I get so upset is they always act like they're so surprised that it's two of them going home. Like Tommy's like, in my singles, 2 of you guys will be going home today. They were like. And it's like, didn't it just happen for the last 6 seasons? Like, why are you surprised? Why are you surprised?
I do love the Rashid and Simone mix. Her name Simone from the previous.
We're gonna come to that in a few more seconds. Alums, okay, but that to your point though too, that actually did take up some of the castmates' time, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as what we saw on the screen,
I'm sure that took like 3-4 hours. I'm sure.
Wow, really? Oh, okay.
Oh,
but you know what? I will say I thought they gave good advice, and like I said, we're gonna kind of come to that, and we'll kind of talk about them a little bit more because I enjoyed their segment.
Yeah, but the young lady that said I like the baby, my man. Of course, I had no problem with her.
Oh, you didn't.
No.
So wait a minute. Let me ask you this: do you like your head being rubbed while you're eating her good home cooking?
Oh,
yeah, I like a lot of stuff rubbed, but yeah, I like
PG-13, sir. PG-13. That's all I can say. When you get ready to go live, we can go X-rated over there, but PG-13 over here, sir.
Rub-a-dub-dub. But I like my shoulders rubbed, head rubbed, make my plate.
She
make
just
my
said
plate.
that. Wait. She said she liked it. My thing is, I don't understand how anybody, when they're eating, would want their head rubbed, especially a man. But
who said that?
That was
Z.
That was
Z.
Men love their head rubbed. What are you talking about?
While you're eating, though. She said while you were eating. I can understand rubbing his head any other time. She said while he was eating, and I'm kind of like, I want to enjoy my food. I don't want that extra distraction.
Well, for a woman to say, I like to cook for my man and watch him eat, whatever. Because so many women today just cannot cook.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I was about to say, you better be careful. She want to cook for you and watch you eat. She's about to unalive you. You want to make sure you know it.
Not the unalive comment. Like,
what did she put in it, right? Right, Jay? What did she put in it, Jay?
Not necessarily unalive, Jay. Maybe that a little hoodoo in there. You know?
Yeah, she just watching you eat, and she ain't eating with you. You might want to.
Did she make spaghetti? Wink. Hey, look. Okay. Did she make spaghetti? Wink, wink.
Yeah.
I rebuke this conversation in the name of Jesus.
For those of you out there that know about that spaghetti deal,
yeah, you're not making me no spaghetti on the first date. No first date spaghetti. You're not doing that.
We're getting caught up. We're gonna move along. Dre 39, radio producer, looks much younger than his age. Looked like he, to me, could have almost been a teenager. I mean, talk about the men looking young. Maybe they need to give us their secrets because he did look very young. That's the guy that was the small guy, the short guy, the schmedium guy. I'm sorry, the schmedium guy. Lyndon 33 from Jamaica. He works in the nightlife. That's the guy who got into it later on with Corvaya. I don't. Oh, you don't like him, Jeremy?
No, it's a rap on Lyndon. Like Lyndon is.
But he's from Jamaica. Did you see that part? He's from Jamaica. You
that don't matter. Like Number one, he's broke.
Oh,
That's the first one. Like, out of all of these, you have, like, you're talking to attorneys, to financial advisors, executive, and you're a bar manager. You don't belong. You don't belong with this group of people.
Hey, maybe it's a very successful bar.
I was a little concerned. I mean, the thing about it is, you're going to have what we know about Ready to Love is you're going to have the well-established men in each season, and you're going to have the less established men. And what a woman that is looking for a serious relationship has to consider that. Are you willing to, date, get serious, get all involved with this guy, and his coins ain't coining like that?
Well, the nightlife is big time in Miami. We don't know how much money this man making. Nighttime
I don't know. You're right. I don't know. But what we do know is he said that he has a roommate. So for some of us, we kind of like that roommate situation.
Personally, I don't believe there's necessarily anything wrong with having a roommate, but I do understand in the grand scheme of heteronormativity that it is quite difficult for you to be having a roommate at 33 while you're also trying to find an actual true relationship to get married with. It's kind of hard because it doesn't really seem that you're that responsible, or nor that you're making that much money, because if you were, you wouldn't have a roommate.
Well, the woman want to see that. The woman want to see that you can hold your own. I think that's what she was alluding to. That you can have your own place and have your own, space and that kind of thing, and you can hold it down. Because if something happened to her place, can she come and stay with you, or she gonna come stay with you in a roommate?
To ask the roommates if it's okay first.
She just want to make sure you can pay all the bills by yourself because she ain't contributing.
Yeah, that part.
Well, we want to know if you're a provider. Let's be serious. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. We want to know if you're a true provider, and that doesn't seem like necessarily. Amen. Also, it provides a problem when you're coming over. You may not necessarily feel comfortable being yourself, your authentic self, and doing everything that grown folks sometimes do with the roommate there. Okay?
I just like to walk around in a buff, and it's kind of hard to do that when you got a roommate.
This is what I'm saying. All of that.
Not if you just do it, and they just gonna have to do it.
I mean, I can do it in front of your roommate, but then you're gonna be looking at me all mad and stuff because your roommate gonna be looking too. So
no decent woman is gonna share her body with some strange man that she's not in a relationship with like that. No decent woman. No.
Yeah, if I'm the roommate, you're not doing that in front of me. If I'm just a roommate,
right? So.
Yeah,
but that's that was so. What else we had on there? So Jeremy says he really wasn't into Linden, but what about Morgan, 33, the interior designer? That's which one was Morgan? Gosh,
Morgan is the interior designer that a lot of guys really like. It was between her and Mercedes. A lot of men really like Mercedes and Morgan and Jeffrey.
Oh, and Mercedes is the flight attendant. Yeah, I did like her. I thought she was very feminine.
You like Mercedes?
I like Mercedes and Morgan.
I'm not a big fan of Mercedes, not because I don't like her as a person. I'm just saying in the grand scheme of what this show is about. To me, she
another flight attendant.
It's so crazy because like a lot of people remind me of people from last season. She reminds me a lot of Brandy.
Yeah, another flight attendant.
She reminds me of Brandy. She's malleable. Like she's not firm on what she wants. It like when Blake had said that he was 87% sure that he didn't want a kid and she wants a child. She's talking about there's going to be conversations to be had. Sis, ain't no conversations if he don't want no kids.
Right.
This is obviously not the man for you, but you're going to entertain him and you're going to mold yourself into what these men want because you're young and impressionable. And these men are in their 40s going on 50s and they're easily able to manipulate young women.
Yeah.
And Jeremy, if Blake wasn't so nice looking, he would have went home before Schmedium.
Of course, that's why. But we already talked about that at the beginning of this.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely went home.
Yeah, because you know what? I didn't agree with his whole argument with the ladies when he got into the argument and has the nerve to. He has 3 kids.
Three.
And all as he says, because he didn't want to say 3 different baby mamas. He says, well, at 3 very different points in my life. Well, sir, did you not learn to use a condom in between any one of those after the first one? Did you not learn that? And then you want to get rude with the ladies and say, well, when women, basically you were saying, you didn't say women, but you meant women, when they're single mothers, the kids are all broken. Well, what did you think about the 3 kids that you had out of wedlock that you were never in the home with? Are they all broken? Sir, you are a big hypocrite.
But you know what? You know what, Aubrey? For him to have 3 children, 3 different mamas, the other young lady to have 3 children, I'm not sure if she had different daddies or if she was ever married, but that's a challenge coming into any relationship, to have that many existing children. That's a challenge no matter if you're a man or a woman. That's a serious challenge.
Well, not
it
really.
Could be. Oh, go ahead, Jeremy.
I'm about to say not really, because one of the children are 22. The other one is 16, about to be grown, and then the other one is 9. So it's like he only really has 1.5 kids.
You know, 22-year-olds aren't cooked in the brain yet. He's probably still living home.
I mean, he has older kids, so it's really not like he has one 9-year-old. He has one 9-year-old that probably that he's more involved with. I think the Jeffries, I think she has younger kids.
She does.
So I think that could be a little intimidating by men. I think so. Men might, you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me, I would be intimidated a little bit. If I date a guy, he has like a 20-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 9-year-old, I'm like, okay, ooh, that's cool. Because you probably, 20-year-old gone and live on their own in college, an 18-year-old out the house. So you're only really dealing with the 9-year-old. But then someone to say I got a 4, a 7, and a 6, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, that would give me pause for cause.
Well, you know what? I guess it depends on the heart and the pocketbook of the man. Because to me, a real man with a real pocketbook and established, and he wants you, he knows that you're a package deal. But now here's the thing to me that is different from a man has 3 children versus a woman. First of all, do any of his children actually live with him? Because we know that typically in the single parent structure, it's typically the mother who has the children. So whether they're 22 or 9, it really doesn't matter. But what I'm going to be concerned about is he taking care of that child support? Because that's a real issue.
I'm sure he is. He was prior military. He's a veteran, so I'm sure.
Oh, is he? I didn't see that part.
I saw that in his bio. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, a veteran. Okay. Well, he got a little ding for that, a little up tip for that. But I still got my eye on him. I still got my eye on Blake. I'm sorry.
You know, military men be making babies out here.
Aubrey loves military men.
Not the ones I know. Not like that. Not all willy-nilly like 3 different times. No.
I haven't slept up one.
I don't know. I think, you know what, Kina, though, too, it may be generational. The men that I know, my age group and older, they're responsible. And back in the day, a lot of men, including black men, actually knew what a condom looked like, and they used them. So now, you're not really out here trying to have your seed be raised by any and everybody like that. So I just really think that's just like, what's the guy that was with Aisha, Alex? What's the guy that was with Aisha?
Dante.
Dante. To me, that's a character flaw for me. Now, you could say I am definitely old school. For me to run into a man that's got 3, 4, 5 different babies with different moms,
Dante for the street. Can't compare him to nobody but the streets, baby. So we can move on from that.
Dante is a joke.
That's what I'm saying. That tells you, to me, that tells you all you need to know about him and dude that's the ex-military guy. That he for the streets too. Okay.
Dante came out talking about, I'm gonna let the truth be known. Where's the truth, Dante?
Oh, did anybody actually buy that? Another guy that's self-focused. So
somebody said like headlocks are his love language.
Yeah.
You so wrong.
Who was the guy with the little twirl thing at the top of his head? Now that
was Andre.
I did not like that, but he did look a lot different at their premiere. Like he had like cornrows, and I was like, okay, look kind of cute. But that little curl thing, that little Jerry curl thing he had going, that threw me off.
He reminds me of Frank.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah. We know what direction Frank was going in. So.
Yeah, well, I didn't really know when I first saw Andre, and I'm still not not sure, but okay, all right. You know, every season
we gotta keep our eye on.
Every season, there's always a ringer thrown in there. So okay, Marcia, the fashion designer, 34 meets Blue. I found Blue attractive. I don't care what nobody say, Jeremy.
I didn't say he was not attractive. I just say he looked older than a lot of people there.
He definitely gave zaddy vibes. He gave
the zaddy vibes, but I'm okay with the zaddy vibes. So you know,
it's okay when y'all are attracted to them that they're 20 or 30 years older than the woman that they're dating.
No, I'm not. Well, okay, so that's the zaddy vibe. So I'm just saying it like I like older men. I'm sorry. So yeah, I like older men. It doesn't make it. It doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. That's all I'm saying.
Because I was like, I believe we had dragged Walter over, like, you know, over giving daddy vibes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was like, we had drag Walter, you know, for giving daddy vibes, but going after women who were obviously on the more younger side, as in what he's doing, because this is a very youthful cast this season. Like, this season is the season that Wiley should have been on, not last season. Wiley should have been on this season.
Except he's not in Miami though. Yeah.
Wiley should have been on DC's first season, not Potomac.
No, he shouldn't have, because
they were younger. They were younger.
No, they weren't. A lot of them were older, like old as hell.
They had a
you had
old as hell. Damn, Jeremy.
You had Walter, Tyrone, Sabrina, Carrie. You had
okay.
All of them women. Like, that was a very mature cast. He should have been on this last season. This season. He could have been on this season. He fit the age range of, you know, because he was like 33, 34 or 30.
Something like that. He was young.
If I could just jump in right quick, we got on the screen. Just guys, go over and support Jeremy Speaks TV. Not that he needs it, because he's got all the subscribers on YouTube right now, but go on over and like and subscribe and follow him. He is amazing. And while you're at it, make sure that when you came through the door, make sure you like this video, okay? Don't play with me. Do not play with me today. And of course, Alex, Magnetic Repellent, be sure to go over and subscribe to his new channel also, guys. So you were saying, okay, getting back, I guess, Jeremy, what I'm trying to say is, I don't know if you and I are really on the same page with the whole zaddy thing, because I just see it as a word. I'm not seeing it as a predator, but there's a difference between, there are some men who just like younger women and will marry them and get serious with them, and there are some men that just prey on younger women. To me, those are two different categories. So for me, the zaddy guy is not the guy that's preying on the younger woman or an underage girl, even, if that makes sense. So
I don't want, like, let's be I do not think Blue is no type of predator. That is not what I'm saying.
Oh, no, okay.
But I do believe that Blue is lying about his age. Like, is no way I'm gonna believe that just last year Blue was about 10 years older than me.
I mean, there have been men on Ready to Love that has lied about their age. I will say that.
Like,
so that could be a.
We know they use that Beijing coloring too on their beards and whatnot, so we do know that.
But I like Blue. I think Blue is a nice looking man.
I'm not like, once again, I'm not saying Blue is not nice looking. I'm just saying Blue does not fit in with this cast of women. Men, like, he just looks significantly older than the rest of the cast.
Does he remind you of he kind of reminds me of the guy from, I think it was Atlanta season, who was like the preacher. Remember,
I never seen the Atlanta season.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, guys, we're gonna move on to Rashid and Simone and the introduction. So you guys want to talk about any comments about the advice they gave, the proposal, anything you guys want to talk about on that?
Yeah, I think this was a nice touch putting them in here, because I think Ready to Love needed to show a success story, because Lord knows they don't have any.
Absolutely.
So
I mean,
I think they needed to show this, Jeremy. They needed to show the success
but it wasn't
story.
their success story because
But they met on the show. They met on the show.
But it's not like they were put together on the show, nor were they interested in each other necessarily on the show either. They were just on the same cast and just linked up afterwards.
Okay,
that has nothing to do with the process.
They were interested in each other. Jeremy. They actually were interested.
But I'm saying they didn't go through it.
But Simone got eliminated.
She got eliminated.
Yeah, but I'm saying that at the end of the day, the show isn't the reason. I feel like why they ended up together.
I agree with you on that because
so
it's
not like
how would they have met, Jeremy? They didn't even live in the same city.
To me, if I'm thinking about a successful Ready to Love story, as much as I may not like Joy, and Joy has blocked me on Instagram, I would say Joy. I would say.
Why, Jeremy? You're so nice. What did you say about that?
Do tell.
Yeah, do say.
I went to go because I'm gonna be reviewing Love and Marriage DC, and she's on the new season, and I went to go see the updates on where everybody is at with as far as along the cast. So I went and I was blocked. I was like, I understand. It's nothing personal. I get it because I was eating her ass up on those reviews I was doing of the reunion. But I'm saying, if I was to think about a success story, I would think about Clifton and Joy being engaged and stuff like that. And they ended up together. They left the show together and then they are still together versus some people who are never together on the show, but they just mingled and got together. And you just can't accept responsibility and say it's because of Ready to Love.
So we say bye from
Yeah, but how would they have met
on
otherwise?
The air, Ryan, catch your mute button if you can. Okay.
Oh, how would they Jay, E. Nicole, or what? How would they have met otherwise if they still met on the show? They just linked up.
Right. Yeah, Jeremy, I think you're being a little nitpicky on this one, Jeremy.
I know, but
I'm normally with
Jeremy
you.
is not being nitpicky. Jeremy is not being nitpicky. The truth is, it wasn't a success story through the show. They linked up after the show, like a couple of other people have in the past, and so this is not their first success story. If that's the case.
That's all I'm saying. I feel like it's a difference between the process putting them together. They choose each other and they leave the show and they're still together and they're this love success story versus them not choosing each other on the show, them not really being together on the show, and then they just mingle after the show ends and then get together. It's kind of odd for Ready to Love to pick them up and say, well, this is our love success story. How? I'm saying, it's not like y'all did this. It's not like the process did this for them. Yes, they met each other on the show, but you can meet as many parties as these Ready to Love people like to throw. You can meet them. Y'all could always mingle and meet at a club or something.
Well, they didn't live in the same city. Let's go.
Are they gonna bring Walter and Sabrina next season and be like, look at what we did?
Well, you know what? If they make it to the point where they're actually serious and together for a good year and a half, they may. Okay?
Why do you say they didn't live in the same city? Didn't both of them live in Houston?
Who?
She came in from Dallas. Simone came in from Dallas. A lot of with this show, that how they'll bring somebody in from Baltimore to the DC or the Potomac, which I know is 45 minutes, 30 minutes away. I get that, but don't let it be no traffic. But yeah, she came in from Dallas, and Dallas is actually hours away from Houston. So
she lives in Houston. She lives in Houston.
But did she live there when they filmed the show?
Yes. Me and her started. We started the process of the show together. But I know Simone for a very long time. I know the situation inside and out.
From Dallas, maybe that's where I got it confused. Is she originally from Dallas?
Originally from Dallas. She spent time in New York. But she was down here for a good amount of time before the show even started. Like I said, I used her blue light for my interview on the show. We started off together. We've been friends for a long time, but within that situation,
But in any case, they met on the show, and I feel like the process, and Ryan, you could probably address this better than anybody here because you actually know these people, and you were actually at their engagement party a couple days ago. Okay, so do you feel like the process of them being on the show, regardless of the fact that they weren't an actual couple, they didn't end up together because she got voted off earlier, okay, and then make it all the way to the end. Do you feel like it's possible that process actually helped them to get firmer in what they were looking for? Because what do you think? I
mean, if you want to keep it real, it's not exactly really a process. but they would never have met if they didn't meet on the show. Let's put it that way. So they're legit ready to love couple, 100%. It wasn't even that long after. I remember we did like after my season, we did like a party, you know, the first party when it was over. And no, that wasn't even mine. I was going to their, when season 3 was over, I was sneaking out in COVID and going to their casting parties at the end of it. And I remember Simone coming in and she was looking complex and some guys were trying to talk to her and she was in a different mood. And then Rashid walked in and she was just switched up and walked over there. So I could tell she was right after the show, you know what I mean? When they were done filming, whatever like that, she was liking him. And it just took a little while for that process to get 100% going, but it wasn't like they mingled for like 4 months or met each other somewhere else, after the show and then started to date. They kind of was flirting with each other, kind of right after the show. And then they did the age and stages thing. It was still kind of talking and dating between that and niggas made it official, but they did all the proper steps. You know what I mean? They went slow with it. They, got to know each other, did the move-in thing, did the engagement, not a marriage. They were the first couple. They were even before Clifton and Joy. You know what I mean? So,
but
you have Reba and Mario. You have Reba and Mario. How y'all just gonna
Reba and Mario is not getting married though.
True.
And it's a real marriage that came out organically, that came out of nowhere. It was two people.
This is what I can agree to that part right there, that this is the first couple to actually be like officially, we watched them go through this whole process because of
ages. And they did not know each other when they got on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we watched them go through the whole process because of ages and stages and see them like blossom into a whole relationship and get to this point of actually being proposed to one another and all this. So I give it that. But don't know
Adriana punching the air.
Yeah, they didn't know each other. It was organic. Like, I mean, the most organic one, and of course, shout out to Mario Reba. I mean, that's a definitely real relationship. And there's a lot of real relationships that has come, from Ready to Love. Everybody,
I mean, Jeremy mentioned Sabrina and Walter. They won 2 totally different seasons.
So I guess
I'll be in the same area. I'll be in the same area, but 2 totally different seasons.
Yeah, 2 different seasons. Yeah, you know what I mean? The areas, like, they're doing double seasons are close. You know what I mean? You might be good friends with somebody on the cast already and stuff like that. But yeah, you got Walter together. I mean, I was just with Big Mike and Brandy. Their relationship is going great. You know what I mean? So we got relationships, but
But I thought he said that he wasn't in a relationship with nobody when he was on the reunion.
Who?
Mike.
They're together. Brandy.
They're together.
Oh.
And you got to understand that I talk to a lot of the guys, and they say, the women grow on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes it take a little bit. You know what I mean?
Like a fungus, huh?
Yeah.
The women grow on you. You know what I mean? You can talk to Swayze, you can talk to they'll tell you the same thing. Hey, they grow on you. You know what I mean? Or if you look at it the other way around with Clifton and Joy, Joy would say he grew on me. You know what I mean? So both ways, the other person grows on you the more time you spend with them and things of that nature. But I check in for the real. I want real relationships. So anybody faking, I'm gonna be the first one to kind of peek in. But it's like everybody legit and blossoming and enjoying it. And we got to actually thank the show for that, because they wouldn't have met if it wasn't for it.
And I think that's a big part. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says, Jeremy or otherwise. You can be, I've heard of people that met online where however they happened to meet, but they were like 2 blocks away, 6 blocks away, 10 blocks away. But how you meet is important, because in this day and age when people are so disconnected, that live in the same community in the same area, but yet still don't know that person, how you meet is very important. So the show, it did produce. So that's how I look at it. I don't know.
I do see what Jeremy is saying, like in comparison to like for production, how they, in comparison to Joy and Clifton, they came from a season together, they left together, and now they're engaged.
Because that's the whole point of the show.
Was like a process. So like that would have been like, okay, here is a success story. Not to say Rashida and them aren't a success story, because they are, but they really went through the same show, same process, got engaged, got proposed to, got engaged from the show. So I do see what Jeremy's
I think it's the same. But you know what I mean? Rashid and Simone were first. They were just first. So they're gonna give Joy and Clifton they shot. Trust me, it's coming. I mean, they even brought. Remember, they even brought Jason and Liz back. You know, for that little thing that went.
Yeah, I was just saying I couldn't think of their names. Yeah, Jason and Liz.
But like, don't be. It's not to be confused. We're not saying that like Joy and Clifton deserve some type of spotlight or anything. That's not what we're saying.
They're about to get it on the 21st of this month. They're about to get.
If you get married,
but all I'm saying is like I just don't look at Rashid and Simone as like a Ready to Love success story, as in like I would look at maybe Joy and Clifton as like they met on the show, they chose each other through the process, they ended up together, and then they left the show together, and now they're engaged, getting ready to get married. Because to me, that's what the success and process is, I would imagine. But it's not to throw dirt on anybody. Like,
I love Rashid.
Let's agree. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
I love Rashid and I love me some Simone. I'm not gonna lie, I love me some Simone. Okay, I love their relationship. I love the way that they talk about each other and all this stuff. All I looked at it is them coming on this show as a setup and on. If you are listening to me right now, it better come true that we're gonna get a wedding special or something. Go ahead and do them, because y'all did put these two people together. Despite how we want to feel, they met because of the show. So y'all need to go ahead and give them a wedding special so we all could be a part of that. And thank you guys for being a part, letting us be a part of y'all second proposal, because
they're doing their own. Is All the Ages and Stages podcast. I'm giving them a little plug. So yeah, everybody subscribe in, and they're going to be doing their own wedding special.
I know, but I don't need to go ahead and fund it. You know what I'm saying? Because
they got funders. They got funders. They got a whole
hey! Don't shut down no more money, okay, Ron? You shutting down extra money. They got funders.
Okay. You don't do that, Ron.
Yeah. My bad. I didn't want to make it seem like they was begging for it, but you know,
I'm telling them that they don't need to go ahead and do it. They ain't asked me to do this for them. I'm telling OWN that they need to go ahead and be like Bravo, like they want to give all these other people they little wedding specials and the holiday specials and all this stuff like that. OWN need to go ahead and put that money up in there and give them they special because they did the damn thing and they are a beautiful couple.
And you know, Jay, in saying that, I think with Love and Marriage DC coming up, they should have Clifton and Joy's wedding on that joint.
Love it. Carlos King got that. That's Carlos King. We'll talk to him later.
Yeah, we'll talk to him later.
And then another thing.
We're on Will Packer right now.
Can y'all talk to Will Packer about putting together a show about after the show? And I would love for them to follow maybe 6 or 7 of the ladies from the cast in their day-to-day lives.
To do a bring back people and mix them up.
I was thinking more so not like a Real Housewives, but just like the women who were on the show just together, and we'll see them go throughout their single life, see them dating, see them build friendships with each other, because seeing these people be friends and take photos together, you wonder what goes on behind the scenes of the show, and it's very interesting.
But Kina, don't you guys have a lot of get-togethers as alumni and party together and do those things?
Yeah, we do.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Wouldn't it be cool if y'all had a show revolving around y'all sisterhood and y'all dating and seeing what y'all are up to, and y'all get a bag on top of it?
What bag y'all talking about?
I'm just saying,
A bag it on.
Honestly, the show has put a lot of sourness in a lot of cast members' mouth. A lot of people would not even get on the show again. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get the people actually willing to do something like that. That's the issue.
Yeah, I know Sabrina from your season.
It's just you guys being what Jeremy's pitching is you guys just being you guys and hanging out, and we getting to see you guys just go through life and find love outside of the show, possibly, maybe.
I would really,
you know what I want to see? You know what I want to see in one of these parties? I want to see Kina twerking. That's what I want to see.
Mercedes 31 seems relatable. But will the men take her, this beautiful flight attendant, will they take her seriously, guys? Anthony, 39, on the other hand, a nurse practitioner, is very accomplished professionally. And I actually like the way at first, guys, did you see this? Is this just me? But he reminded me of someone from a couple seasons ago. He reminded me of Tyrone. Did you guys see that? Did anybody see that?
Tyrone.
Anthony on this season, Miami, reminded me just vaguely of Tyrone. It was more like his mannerism.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's cracking? I hear y'all over here talking. What y'all talking about today?
What up, Tory? What's going on, kid?
I see y'all talking deep.
Chilling.
Hey, one of my favorite interviews. How you been, hon?
I've been doing wonderful. Blessed.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. You been blessed this year? I know you have.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to great things. Yes, I am.
2023.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Tory, you ghosted on Instagram, bro. I can't find you.
We can't see you either. You guys have a light?
38.
Hit the light so we can see you, beautiful. Handsome.
Yeah.
We want to see you.
FYI,
I think the internet froze.
It froze? Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow. Ron, if you're there, you may need to go drop down and come back in. Ron. Yeah. Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. There you go.
Where's back to Tory. the kidney smasher.
You never forget that, right?
Tory, are you there?
Yeah. I bet he can hear us though. That was Jeremy's favorite thing, the kidney tapper. Right?
I take care.
Leave me out of this.
I think you're in there, bro.
We can hit him. Okay, wait a minute. We got him back. Tory, go ahead. Are you watching this season?
You went out.
Okay. Are you watching this season of Miami?
No, I don't watch this type of show.
Ready to love Alums saying he don't watch this. Oh Lord, Kina, you were right.
I prefer my shows to have quality.
Good. Oh my
Tory's
Lord.
a mess. Tory, you a mess, bro.
I keep it 100.
You trying to keep it 100? Wait a minute, I
keep it 100.
Yeah, I know you do. You actually really do. I like that about you. I heard there's somebody else, another celebrity over there. Is he still there?
Who?
Your
P.O.?
buddy. Your buddy.
He just landed back in DC. P.O. and Demetrius came out here. We all came out together. I decided to just stay a day. You know, Ron said he's gonna show me around, so I ain't never been here on a Sunday. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you in a good town. You in a good town for that. That Houston, that H-Town is all together cool.
You coming back to Instagram, Tory? You coming back to Instagram?
I'm on Instagram.
Oh, you have
Kinglocs 38.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You just don't want to hit the like or the subscribe button. It's okay. It's okay. See how you do me so much. He came back. Hit the like or subscribe so I can get that notification. I'll follow back.
Okay, I got you.
You got our moderator over here. She done got so bothered she can't even drop links no more. She like, oh, Tory.
Hey, moderator. Say hey. What a moderator.
There she is.
She quit on us for a minute. You can't be quitting on us.
I'm weak.
Oh, I appreciate that. That wasn't my Wi-Fi though.
She loves you. She loves you. Any plans to come back to reality TV at all, or?
As long as no intents to come to reality TV. But you know what? I am accepting managers right now. So if you want to be my manager and you want to introduce me to some reality TVs that are going to be, on par with what we need to do in our mission statement, then I will take note of it and maybe look into it to be a possibility.
Well, yeah. Well, what about Love and Marriage, DC?
Yeah, but I'm open to. Yeah, but I would like to be more. I want to be something. I would do something other than a dating show. I would like to do something more interactive.
I know that's right. Well, you know what, Tory? You know what comes to mind? You need to be on HGTV. Really, I see some of your stuff. Right? You really do.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. we got. I'm gonna go ahead and send them a notification.
Okay, definitely. Make sure you subscribed and locked in on my channel and on my Instagram. Monique, did you ever drop his link yet so we can get people subscribed over there on his Instagram? So you already taking subscriptions now on Instagram, right?
Yeah, Kinglocs, KINGLOCS 38. Kinglocs.
I got you. Kinglocs 38. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all gotta let us know when y'all come to my city, DC. I live in the heart of the city.
Oh, okay. I'll be looking for you. You know, my daughter is right there in the DMV. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned, Tori, while we cover this joint, man. Stay tuned. We're gonna finish covering this first episode. Stay tuned for us.
Yeah. We about to get in these streets, but we love y'all. We love y'all.
Okay.
I'll be on next week. We can talk.
Ron, let them know that you're gonna be watching it live. Ron.
Yep.
Let them know that we're watching it live on Fridays.
On Fridays? Okay. So I forgot we doing our live show on Friday with Kayla, and we was doing premiere parties for Simone and Rashid. I was this Friday with Corey, but I'm back on this Friday. We're gonna talk some stuff because I got my boy who's on the Miami episode. He's from Houston, one of my good friends, and he was catching some slack on the first episode, so let me come defend them a little bit next week.
Yeah, and shout out to
which one you gonna be defending? I want to know which one. You're not talking about.
I ain't gonna tell you.
You know who it is. You gotta tune in on Friday to see who you're saying, Aubrey.
Hey, tune in on Friday.
Yeah,
I'll be ready. She be ready to burn her lip on that tea. She's like, give me that tea now.
Those man. Nicole keeping secrets from her boy.
I told you. I told you on Friday we're gonna watch it live the whole season.
And I would have guessed. You know what I would have said? I would have said what I always said. If I was doing the live on the first episode before it started, I would have said the shortest guy's gonna get sent home. And what happened?
Right.
Because we know you black women well. We know what was gonna happen. Because it's been the shortest guy on every single episode besides 3. And that's because that guy was a little off. But
right. Well, what do you think when they put the little 4'11", 5-foot lady in there and she comes in, she walks in saying size matters. I don't want nobody unless he's at least 6'2". Like, really?
That's the market right now. I'm glad they told the true story because women be acting like, oh, it don't matter as long as he's the same height as me and all that BS cap, all that.
And it be 4'11", but you want somebody.
Yeah, it be cap.
Everybody's taller than you.
Right.
Y'all ladies gotta stop doing them short guys like that. Them short guys need love too, okay?
Those short guys bringing a lot to the table. Y'all giving up a lot of stuff to the table.
Thank you guys. Please tell these short women to stop trying to tell all the tall men from us tall women. Okay.
Hey, it's on what? 14% of men are over 6 foot. Like y'all, you going with that's. In the black male population, you only want to talk to 14% of them? Good luck.
Exactly.
That's all I gotta say. Good luck. I made the cut, but good luck.
All right. Monique King, I didn't know you was only 5'1". You was a little bitty lady. Oh, 5'1". Okay. She say, Tori, whatever. Ask Tori, she said, how tall are you, Tori? She said, whatever height you are, that's what works for her.
I'm 5'11".
Woo!
I'm not
perfect. Yeah, there you go.
There you go, Monique.
Jumping them DMs.
Jumping the DMs.
You better hit them over the DMs. You heard them?
Yeah, I'm silly.
Monique over there fanning herself.
Monique.
See,
Monique Kinglocs 38.
Y'all say them 6 feet guys for the women that are 5'8", 5'9", and 5'10". If you over 5'6", don't ask nobody know about their height. If you under, if you 5'6" and under, don't ask a man his height.
Exactly.
What doesn't matter to you.
Don't even. If you're looking up to him already, you already know he's taller than you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear about no I wear 6-inch heels. You gotta look good at my heels because we in the bed, there ain't no heels in the bed. So no heels in the bed.
Who bed you in,
we ain't doing the height shoot.
You heard what he said. So when it comes to cuddle time, there's no rebuttal time. Nope.
You There's always a rebuttal when you throwing it back. I'm sorry.
Hey, leave me up out of here.
Hey, this is about to be
Hey,
cut out here. You got monetized and everything. No.
This is not the time.
I ain't paying for this one. That wasn't me.
Y'all talking to the right one. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say no curse word.
My cash app is scrolling down.
I already knew she was coming. I already knew you was about to say that.
Right there.
Because you like to cuss, Ron.
$. Okay, go ahead, cash app.
I see Jeremy calling Aubrey out. What's up, Jeremy? He calling Aubrey out.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to cut this out. We need to get back to this review.
Y'all get back. We don't check y'all next week though. Love y'all. Great show.
Okay. Thanks, Ron. Take care.
Oh man, that was fun.
Oh my goodness. Where were we?
I enjoy seeing Tory. I hadn't seen Tory. I enjoy seeing him again.
Yeah, I knew he was going to be in town with him, so that was a special thing. I really enjoyed him too. Let's get back to Mercedes. Okay, so Mercedes 31, is she going to be, she's relatable, but will the men take her seriously? And I asked that question because, flight attendant is a great career, but the fact that she's out of town so much, and if you want to get more serious and maybe get married, maybe have children, how's that work out? Tony 42 seems to make a connection with Morgan, and that's the one that was talking about the spiritual stuff. He was very spiritual. His mother, I believe, is a pastor. He said, very nice looking. So I found him very attractive, guys. Do you remember Tony?
Yeah, I remember him. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yep. I'm like, well, ladies. Nicole, did you find Tony attractive, or was he not chocolate enough for you?
Oh, you gonna put me on the spot like that? His complexion didn't have anything to do with it, but no.
No, what? I don't.
Not my speed. Not
your speed. Oh, okay. Got you. Did you find that, do you think that he was being sincere when he talked about his spirituality, or was he maybe just kind of saying what he thought she wanted to hear, what Morgan wanted to hear?
I don't know. I said on the live when I was watching it live, that's kind of a red flag for me, but that's just me being a PK. Like, I feel like sometimes the God conversation be to try to win us over,
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
I thought it was. He seemed a little ratchet in some of his clips. So I don't.
Yeah, like I feel like it was just kind of like to win points because I've been tricked by that. Like, oh, he loved Jesus because Jesus will get you the pennies from me, But then when the time kept going, it didn't seem like you really knew who he was.
Right. That's why I was asking you, because I knew you would know. I know you would have a special point of view from this. And as a church girl, my whole life, I found it to be a little interesting. And I think that Morgan maybe got a little romanticized with him, because I don't think he may be exactly who we think he is. So I'm just going to keep an eye. I'm going to keep my one good eye on him. Anybody else? Jeremy, what did you see with this connection with Morgan and Tony?
The connection that I'm sorry, give me a second. The connection that I saw, come back to me. I need a second.
Okay. Anybody else? Kina, I know you always got a thoughtful comment to say. Did you notice the connection between Morgan and Tony, and if so, what did you think of it?
I mean, like I said, I like their connection, but I don't think Tony is who he say he is. And like I said, I seen a few clips and he seemed a little ratchet and for somebody's street. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So to be continued on the real Tony.
Yeah, that was my thing. When I saw the trailer of the episodes to come, the way he was going in, I'm like, okay, well, somebody triggered him. Here we go.
Oh, was that the part where he was saying, what was he saying in the clip? Did anybody recall?
Yeah, he said if you got a problem with men treating you well, then you need to go somewhere, sis. Something like that.
Oh, yeah, he was right up in her face. Yeah, paraphrasing it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was kind of deep. Because I was like, first of all, who is he talking to? And The way he said it, like it seemed like whoever he was saying it to, you could kind of see him leaning in closely. Like I didn't really like that, the body language on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's things to come. So we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I just saw maybe like some wispy of from my experience that he's probably a player or a playboy. That's why I put that. Is he a playboy? And I didn't like the way he threw Jesus in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, like E. Nicole says. I mean, the Jesus hustle, that's the oldest hustle going. This is how a lot of these men lure these women in with this faith-based stuff, and they lure them in with that Jesus hustle.
Exactly. I totally agree. And unfortunately, because a lot of women that grow up in the church like myself tend to be naive to some of the street game until we get a little bit older. You can fall for it, but that's not a good thing. But moving on. So let's kind of cover this real quick, and then we're gonna kind of wrap it up. It's getting late. I don't know. We had that special guest and everything, and it kind of threw us off. But I felt like the folks were hating. What do you guys think? Maybe this is unpopular opinion, but from my point of view, I felt like the folks were hating on Corvea because she has standards, and I don't see why. Like, I feel like, to what Alex always says, she was digging deep with the questions before she leaves. She wants to know who these fellows are. Why should you wait till 6 months in and you done gave everything that you got to give, and now you finding out that this guy's a jerk? I mean, really, like you got roommates. Maybe that's not something that I'm cool with. I got my own place. Why don't you have your own place? Or just, everybody is not for everybody. That's the thing I saw in that. It was nothing wrong with him having a roommate, but there's nothing wrong with her also not wanting a man that has a roommate. So everybody, everybody is not for everybody.
It's like when the other guy, what's his name, Blake, when he says, "I don't want any more children," he's being upfront. I mean, that's just what it is.
Well, yeah, but Blake. Well, let's talk about Blake. Blake is saying different things to different women. So what does he really mean? I get that he doesn't want any more kids because he doesn't want to be accountable, and he ain't good at raising them because he's never stayed with the 3 that he made so far. Ooh. So I get that. So, but just say that to everybody across the board instead of saying to the young chickadees that you hot on, saying, "Well, yeah, I'm 13% considering it." No, dude, you ain't considering it. Let's be real. You probably already had a vasectomy.
Would it be better if he lied to the women and told them what they wanted to hear, like Samson did?
What is Sam? Jeremy.
I'm just asking because I'm saying like, is that?
I said to say the same thing. Say the truth. No, you're right. I need to be clear on that. Say the truth to all the women. Don't say the truth to the one woman that you don't want, and maybe she's older or whatever, and you're not gonna have children with her anyway because she's already got 3, and then say something different over here to this gal who's doesn't have any children and very much wants to have them. How about you say that? How about you say the truth to every woman?
Now, I will agree that I do think that single parent household children are a little bit broken in different types of ways, including the 3 that are raised in a single parent household that he also brought into the world with his 3 different baby mothers. But that's besides the point. But Corvea, I like Corvea. I like a straightforward person who knows what they want, who has, self-respect enough to have, like I said, I love a hypergamous woman. I don't like hypogamy. Like that's why.
Yeah, that, Jeremy. Break that down for the people that's new to the channel. Break it down.
We have already did this multiple times.
No, but break it down because this could be a whole new set of people now. Come on, and while y'all busy listening, like the video. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I just respect Corvea for wanting somebody who can be a provider and who's financially stable more so maybe than her. Can you please take my comment off the screen? If I'm knocking Monique into the corner in private, that's between us 2.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so like I said, like I really like the fact that she, has her boundaries and that she knows what she wants. She is not, going off of the path of what she's trying to find. Like she has a set guide of standards that I think are really good for a woman to have. And the fact that she's 31 and has them, it lets you know that she has enough respect and care and love about herself to know what she deserves, to me, which is the opposite of Mercedes. Mercedes was just, I'll go, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with this. You don't want kids. I want kids, but we can see what we can do. Like, it was just like, she was just blowing whatever the men said that they wanted. And I didn't know if that was like a way of strategy so she could lock down the men. And she did that because most of the men said that they wanted Mercedes and Morgan. But a lot of men were intimidated by Corvée because she was so firm on what she wanted and bluntly honest. And you could see that when a woman knows what she wants and her standards are so high, it literally offends the men who are not able to reach those standards. Like, it only took Corvée to say her standards for Lyndon to get in his feelings and get hurt about it. Like, he was offended that her standards were high.
Jeremy, who was it that alluded to the fact that, and one of the men said this, I'm paraphrasing, that women who are of single parent households are somewhat damaged. I remember that
was Blake. Blake said that because he said he does not want any more kids because he already knows that he's not going to stay in a household with a mom and a child because he obviously has not done that. Exactly. Aubrey said, and he says kids who have one parent households are broken. And something tells me that Corvée and a lot of these other people on the cast, in 98 to 90% of the Black community come from single parent households. And he's saying that majority of us are broken, which in all reality, statistically, is kind of true. That is pretty true. And I cannot, negate that. But I'm saying that it's kind of like an insult to her in her face.
Well, she didn't appreciate it. She got up and walked off.
Right, and I don't blame her because he did it. See that, and that's the point I'm trying to say about him. Or everybody's looking at he's good looking. I'm looking at the fact that he's self-focused, and when he said that to her, he said that intentionally to slap her in her face. But the point of it was, the funny thing about it is, if you're a thinking person, you already know that the 3 babies that he had, they're the same way. They're just as broken as what he's talking about. So here you are out here reproducing all willy-nilly, ain't never found a condom that you liked, okay? And you making all these babies, but you talking about the brokenness in the Black community. Sir, get a grip. And find your way to the store and purchase you some condoms.
Yeah, have several seats. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have several seats.
Blake is definitely going to be a problem as the season progresses. But the women are going to sign up for it because he's the best looking dude on the cast, and
they're not going to get rid of him.
He is not the best looking dude on the cast, in my opinion.
I mean, that is in your opinion, as you do like older men. But I'm just saying, generally, and we're talking about classically wise.
I get it that he's attractive. I have no problem saying that he's attractive. I never take anything away from anybody that is due them. He is attractive, but the bottom line, like I said, is, and maybe this is just me, and hopefully a lot of women will learn and people will learn, is that if you see a person's personality, you're supposed to include that in their attractiveness, in my opinion. Because
I'm just talking about physically.
Dating, yeah, but if you're out here dating, what are you looking for a partner?
But I'm saying, obviously, what I'm saying is, I gotta stop calling you Miss Aubrey. I was about to, but I'm saying that these women and majority of the cast are not solely just doing this because of the personality. They could have a terrible personality, but as long as they're physically attractive, that's all they care about. Mike, in my opinion, had a terrible personality. I did not like Mike last season, and I feel like I had Magic Mike, but a lot of the women liked him because physically they were attracted to him, and I felt like
he was chocolate. You
physically, a lot of the women are attracted to Blake, although Blake is, Blake is very, to me, Blake and Jeffrey might be the same person with the different genders. Blake and Jeffrey are the same person now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, wow. I got to really go back and look. And I will give you credit. You do see things sometimes well before we see it. I had to go back and look at that because I did not see that in Jeffrey, but
when I say that Blake is fine, it's the finest one on the cast. I'm not saying that personality wise. I'm just saying that looking at all of the men visually, that's why he's gonna continue to be there over and over again, because the women are gonna be so grossly attracted to him, because he is so fine. You could just look at the cast photos. Like he the one with the shirt buttoned down right underneath the chest part, and he just looking like he look like he goes to the gym, like he works out a lot. He's 44. I think he's the oldest one on the cast, and he looks the youngest. Well, not the youngest, but he looks like one of the younger ones. So he takes good care of himself. Like you can tell, like he is an attractive man, but like that does not mean that he's not a trash individual, which we're probably going to be finding out as the season progresses.
Jeremy, let me ask the women starting with E. Nicole for a second. Yeah, let me ask the women something starting with E. Nicole for a second. Is 3 kids, if you like the guy, is 3 kids by 3 different baby mamas a turn off to you? Is that the breaking point for you?
Okay, you asking her.
Definitely.
Okay. E. Nicole says definitely. What about you, Jay?
No, I thought that was Jay.
No, that was E. Nicole.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm in a different stage in my life, though. No. If I was younger and I didn't have kids, it'd probably be a deterrent or whatever. But now that I'm well established and I'm good on kids, no.
What about you, Kina?
Kina stepped away.
No, I'm here. Okay. It depends on how successful he is. Honestly, I mean, if you broke with 3 kids, I mean, it's going to be a problem. But if you are successful with 3 kids, that's not a problem. I mean,
no,
you take care of your kids, you're successful, and you're in their life. It just depends on the situation and individual.
Now
so it's situational. It's situational for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say what the problem with 3 kids and 3 baby mamas would be is you got constant baby mama drama, or you not taking care of your kids. That would be my problem. Period. Like, I don't care what stage you are with your kids. If you're not taking care of them,
Monique out of the chat.
Now you know that is not gonna happen. Monique is my extraordinary
just time her out just for 5 minutes.
Just don't look in the chat, Jerry. You know what it is. Don't look in the chat. It's not even up on the screen. I'm looking at it. It's not even up on the screen. But I have to put it up because she got something she want to say. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I think at my age, like Jay said, I'm at a different place in my life. I'm an older gentleman. So if a woman got 3 kids, they're more than likely grown. So it doesn't matter. She got 3 kids.
But what if they're not? But what if they're not? You just assuming they grown, but what if they're not? What if they're like who was it? Kina said, what if they 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 or whatever?
I'm too old for preteens, all that. No, I'm too old for all that.
I don't know. So. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yes, I am too. I'm too old for that mess.
Oh, okay. We'll talk later after the show. You talking trash, and I know you are because I know you. But okay, I'll let the people. I'll let them buy that. If they buy that, they can buy that. But I got a bridge.
Let them buy it.
Okay. Yeah. But guys,
oh Lord,
we have run the course of different things. Let me see what last thing. Anything else we want to really get to? Well, who went home? Who went home?
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, did they get it right on both sides? The Andre went home. Schmedium, we can call him Schmedium. DJ went home, and I thought he had a great sense of humor. I actually liked him. He was a little too thin for me, but actually I could think if I were single, and I just liked him. I liked his sense of humor. I really did.
I think they liked him. I think they liked him, but they saw him as a fun guy, as a homeboy, as a hangout partner.
Guy, homie.
Yeah, they didn't see him as a romantic interest, but they liked him.
Okay, because definitely to me, Blake could have went home. Blake could have went home and just made us all.
I knew Blake wasn't going.
Well, I knew he wasn't either. And I have to say, I'm not always sure if who gets sent home is a direct derivative. Unlike our co-host here, our panelist Jeremy, I'm not always sure if who gets sent home is based on what the women voted for. So I don't know. But what about with the ladies? Yeah. Should Natasha have went home because she's got natural hair? I love natural hair. I rock natural hair.
Okay, I did not say that.
No. I'm just throwing it out there. But Jeremy, did they get it right? Did they get it right?
No,
or no?
I think Corvea should have went home.
Corvea with the one with the standards?
Yes, she should have went home.
Why? I thought you liked her. She has standards.
do like Corvea, but obviously none of the men here are for her. Her standards,
one guy that was talking to her. What's his name?
Her standards are definitely above the male cast that they have wrangled together. Just the women themselves are such high tier. You have 2 lawyers. Yeah. Let me
women be achieving above. I know Alex ain't gonna like this, but women just be achieving above the men.
But I'm saying you have one lady.
I plead the 5th commandment.
Is a digital strategist. The other one is an executive assistant. The other one is a fashion designer, flight attendant, 2 attorneys, and a digital producer. You have the man is a tax director. The other one is a bar manager. The other one is a radio producer. The other one is an accountant. Now that's not bad, but he's already. But like the way that Corvea is no way that her and Demario would even link because she's more so of an alpha. She's not a submissive woman. You know, you don't really get that from her. And then you got Blake is a corporate security officer. Blue is the only one that's like an entrepreneur. Then you have a nurse, and then the other one, Andre's just
nurse practitioner.
Yeah, he's a nurse. And then the other one is...
No, you really don't know what a nurse practitioner
is. Yeah, he's like a practitioner is like a doctor.
Yeah, thank you.
A nurse practitioner?
It's right. Yeah. MP is right under a doctor.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
it's high level.
I'm just saying that I don't feel that that in the grand scheme of all the men here that they're balancing out accolades wise with the women. The women are like very, very astute this season. Like compared to the last season of women that were on the show. And I feel like the men, especially Corvea, like it's just not going. Like, to be honest, like who is Natasha, Sue Ann, or these who are they gonna like have on this show that's gonna be a provider for them with their own income? Like the income of a lawyer, the income of a business analyst.
The lawyer, that's a title. What if you're not with a successful firm? What if you're not with a successful private practice? What if you're a struggling practice in the beginning? The lawyer is just a title. The attorney is just a title.
I doubt that these women are like struggling to do, because to me they look very astute. The only thing that was struggling about Natasha was simply her hair fighting against that humidity, but everything else to me looked put together.
He ain't wrong. I'm right with him, and I'm a lady.
But I'm saying I just felt like Corvea should have gone home, and I thought that she was going to be the one voted off first.
Well, you know what? There's always this week coming up, so
obviously the man that she wants is not here, and that's not any shade to her. It just means that like she deserves better than what the cast is giving right now.
Yeah, then you watch the coming trailer. The preacher's kid got into it with Mr. Roommate. They're going at it about one of the young ladies, coming up. So, they were really going at it.
Aren't the men fighting over Morgan? I think it's 2 of the men in the trailer. Yeah. They're fighting over Morgan. Morgan. Oh, by the way, remember I was saying, I think that Morgan, I don't know if is it just me? Morgan reminds me of Aisha from a couple seasons ago.
Monique, I would just want to let you know, and you should know this because you're always on those male identified in those manosphere panels. No man, no matter how comfortable they are, going to be fine with a woman making 3 times as much as them. It's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an uncomfortable feeling. You could try your best to like be okay with it, but it rears its head later on. Just look at all of these famous women like Mary J. Blige, Wendy Williams, all of these women who
don't bother me.
Huh? You said
what? Wouldn't bother me. It would not bother me. Not at this stage. I guarantee you it
wouldn't. It didn't bother a lot of these New York men that ended up taking half of these women's bank accounts in a divorce. But anyway,
look how long Oprah been with Stedman.
She's not married to him.
Right. But look how long they've been together.
But she ain't stupid enough to marry him.
It's okay, right? Exactly. I'm with you, Jeremy.
I'm saying, there's always
everything you need to know about them.
That's a big issue. Like you a bar manager and your wife is an attorney. It's like you're not equally yoked. And I'm saying, when will women like stop doing that? Hypogamy never works for women. It never works, especially for Black women. It never works. Get you a man who has as much or more than you. Like talking about like income is an issue. Like y'all keep on dating broke men and keep on getting either unalived, knocked up.
That's a talk for a whole nother conversation.
Like I'm saying, like dating broke men, and like it's not okay when you're a woman making a lot of money. That is not the way to go. And I would never tell no woman, you know, a man shouldn't care about your income. Yes, they should.
They've got two, way I counted it, and I have to go back. I may be incorrect, but I saw off the rip, I saw two men on this opening episode, right, of Miami, season 7. I saw the guy who's a nurse practitioner and also the guy who is an accountant. And I'm just gonna say, I'm thinking CPA. They are well paid. As far as the other men, there were at least 2 or 3 men that I felt were probably not well established. And there was some, and I'm sorry, the entrepreneur guy, the entrepreneur that owns the hookah lounge and a couple of other businesses. He seemed like he is successful and well established. But
isn't that Blue?
Blue, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So right, Blue and I believe either Anthony or Demario's who I was referring to as like the men who are well touted. But I'm saying Blake, even though he might be well touted, he's a douchebag and he's not here for love. You can tell.
Yeah, it's everything I can keep from saying the A word with him. I'm telling you, he's not. And if he's what I think he is in terms of his personality and maybe even a disorder, he's not gonna make anybody a good husband. And that's why he hasn't been a husband. I mean, you got to look at that. You got 3 kids, but you never loved any of them enough to marry their mothers. What were you doing? And why did you keep making babies? What was the point? What was the point if you think that kids are so broken when they come from single parent homes, but you just kept making 3 and 4 and 5 different women mothers of single parent homes? What was the point? What was the point, sir? And I can guarantee you that I can guarantee you that I bet you he's one of those frat boys too.
Who?
Blake.
Oh my God, ain't nothing worse than one of them old. I don't want to say the N word. One of them old men out here like still shimmying their shoulders. Like, sir, you need to go get your hip replaced. What are you doing? Like after a certain age, you need to leave. Like it's time to leave the fraternities and the sororities in the past.
Don't be rubbing that salt in my wound with the military. He's the one he was the one random one that got in there that didn't belong.
Oh, okay.
Nothing makes me cringe. Nothing makes me cringe more when I see old men at these HBCU meetups with the fraternities, shimmying. I was like, sir, you're 58. Like these kids are like 20 something. Could you please move? Like you should have been denounced this anyway. I believe doing sororities, fraternities should be for a specific time period until you should grow out of it. I don't know. Maybe that's me. But it's weird when I see older people like Delta, it's just, I don't know. That's just weird to me.
Well, you know what? I will say this, and I don't have anything against fraternities or sororities. Some people I know are sorority and fraternity members, and they actually do a great job in the community. Oftentimes, they really do a lot of community work, a lot of investment into the community in terms of whether it's a food drive, whether it's getting expungement for your record. They do a lot in the community, okay? Pro bono work, whatever. So I'm not going to knock them, but I do get what you're saying. I think that some of the people that I've run across, it's just like it becomes their God. And that to me is annoying.
Let me tell you something. I don't care who feels the type of way about this. This is a message coming straight from biblical. You cannot be Christian and serve a God and then do those secret chants and stuff that y'all be doing in those fraternities and sororities. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all have been denounced and put on blast multiple times to know what is of God and what's not. But I'll stop right here.
You better.
Yeah, don't get me knocked off of YouTube, Jeremy. Come on now. Be nice.
Ain't nobody
running YouTube. People need to hear the truth. They can't handle the truth.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day, though. I agree. Well, guys, I put all your things up. We're gonna close out. Say bye. We over time limit, guys. I love you. I'll see you back next week, Sunday, 6:30. Ready to love. We'll be back. We'll be back with our panelists, and I love you all. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
New season.